Well, this thing says I'm live. Hello, Mama Linda. You didn't have to find me. I've always been right here. Na na da boo boo, na na da boo boo. Let's thing right a minute and see who all might come in. It's cold. I got a heater back there sitting on about 76. No, I got it sitting on 77. There's my baby, Teresa J. Says it's 30 outside, 74 in here. Got the heater on 77. I put a sweatshirt on because I'm a little cold. I'm not cold, but I can't get above cool. I can't get too warm for some reason. So I put a sweatshirt on. Almost didn't go live. I was kind of watching something I was interested in. Somebody else that was going live. His name's Benny Johnson. Some of you may know who I'm talking about. And he's covering all the partying going on up yonder right now. I don't like crowds. Otherwise, if I had the energy, I wouldn't mind being there. There's some folks up there I wouldn't mind meeting. It's going to be so cold up there. They got to hold things inside. And there are other concerns that are causing that to be held inside. Most of you here were here last night on Elaine's live, so little girl, you got to get down up there. Wouldn't mind, but her computer is open. Y'all was here last night, so y'all saw our coach. She got me some socks. I don't normally wear socks, but it's gotten cold enough. We tried getting me some other little shoes, but they make my feet sweat something fierce. Phone calls! Phone calls, you'd be surprised what it takes to actually hurt them kitties. I've had to do it to the point I thought I was actually being mean to them. They just kind of look at me like, eh. They go on. They go on because it got to them a bit, but they just kind of look at it like, what you think you trying to do? That didn't hurt. Scares them even more is a towel coming after them. Now that thing right there can actually hurt, but go to hit them with the towel, it ain't going to hurt them. They're more scared of it than they are that strap. Guess it reminds them of a predatory bird or something, the way it flaps out when it comes after them. Melinda Dobson. Howdy ho, howdy hey. So anyway, she got me a couple of packs of socks, little ankle white socks, to put on. I don't like wearing socks because it's hard for me to put them on and off. Sometimes I have to get her to put them on for me. And to me, that's a bother. But it's gotten cold enough. I'm wearing a pair. Got them on a couple of days. Probably going to have to change them out and get a fresh pair on so my feet go back to being more warm. So, Well, as most of y'all know, the TikTok got took offline last night. Guess what? It's back up today. Guess who did that? Same way most of us. The same person we're gonna be celebrating tomorrow. Most of us. But he's gonna be going back in office. Trying to figure out what that was in my screen right there. It looks like a huge pot. What is that? It's my water glass. The one I was watching was Benny Johnson. He covered all the partying going on up there. There was Kid Rock up there. We've had other big names speaking and all like that. I am going to be happy for tomorrow to happen. I'm just waiting to see what kind of kabooms we're going to hear about going off. I can guarantee you they're going to try to get to him one way or another. That's why Jinping wasn't going to be there. He cited security risk why he turned down the invitation to be there. Folks, that right there tells you he had something planned. Those drones, that's a China thing, which means they've got bases on our land. Y'all watch, there's going to be some stuff really go down starting tomorrow. It's going to be a great big huge purge. And not just on the border thing and not just on the illegal immigrant things. There's going to be a big old purge on other things. And it's going to be on known enemies haven't been allowed to set up bases here. And it's going to be on the enemies within, which are people in the positions of power in our government who have been serving another country's interests and not our own. Arlene! As y'all know, I don't like to get political, but yeah, there's a lot of things going on that are just too prevalent to avoid. You know, so it is what it is. What few subs I got, some may fall off because I am a patriot. I do love this country. And being that, I do see what's been going on. And there's a lot of folks out there don't think like that because they've been lulled into thinking that there ain't nothing going on. But there is. She's back. She's back.
I'm gonna get back.
For the moment.
Yeah. Hello to everybody. And anybody I haven't said hi to already.
Well, Melinda's in there. Arlene's in there. Mama Linda's in there.
I said hi to Mama Linda.
Lone Star's in there.
Scotty, Melinda. I didn't say hi to Arlene. So hi, Arlene. Elgin, hello. Welcome in.
Elgin. So say hi to me in comments on my videos the other day. Appreciate that.
And I saw Tracy Jacobs in there. Yes, I said hi to her.
Yeah.
How are you? Elgin asked how you're doing.
Father's frog hair split three ways.
Hey, Sappy.
There's Sappy. So anyway, even mentioning some of the things I have, I may lose some of what few subs I have, but you know what? I don't care. The redawning of truth is going to be allowed to start being spoken again. That's one way you can tell you're in a bad situation. You got everybody telling you what you can and can't say, and you can say anything you want to about some. But you gotta look at who you're not allowed to say anything against. Who's been the one you can't say anything against? China.
Mm-hmm.
Communism. Hello, Abbott.
Hey, Avid. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to.
She got to do again.
Gotta run again. I'm gonna have
She
to.
had gravy, folks, and grease and carbs don't sit with her well.
So I'm gonna be sticking close to the.
Some of y'all may understand what that means. But anyway, with what is coming tomorrow, I tell y'all, a battle has been won, but trust me, the war is far from over. The worst is yet to come. But at least now we'll have a fighting chance. So there's that. Anyway, that's why I was tempted not to even go live today. I was watching Benny, and I like Benny and what he has to say and everything he shows. And there's another one named OK Rick. I like to watch him. He's funny. There's another one. His name is Devari Darkins, and he's real good. I've been watching a lot of them lately. Keep up to date. There's been several more attempts that have been thwarted. And with the drone thing, that's why they're deciding to hold things inside instead of outside. For the drones and what DJI has done with their drones and took off their automatic stop, so to speak, on being able to get into restricted airspace. So people can now fly their drones into restricted airspace over the White House, airports, everything else. Seems kind of coincidental that happens right about the time of what's going to be going on tomorrow, don't it? But I'm like Jethro Gibbs off NCIS. I don't believe in coincidence. Make sure you don't get the wrong parts, Melinda. It might not taste good. What does everybody else think of what's going on? Got the cold going to be coming in. It's part of why I can't get beyond cool to warm, because I can feel all that stuff coming. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to hit or how it's supposed to hit, but I can tell it's coming. Don't I wish, Abbott? Much y'all been getting, I should be skinny as a rail by now, but I ain't. I must be one huge fat piggy. Probably 6:30 before more people start to come in, and I'll be getting ready to get up here. I didn't get up, I think, until about 1, 2 o'clock, and I'm still tired. Temp just went down one more degree to 29. Brr. Kind of hoping to wake up in the morning to messages from the daycare that they're going to be closed. Just don't know yet. Yeah, that's this year. But all you got last year, I should be skinny as a rail. I'm big enough, I'd say even you might have a hard time picking me up. Not to say that you would, I'm just saying might. Big as you are. Used to hunting and dragging your hunt out of the woods and all that. Ooh, let's go. Been watching Johnny out there. Y'all pray for Johnny because he been staying out there with his cows where he can keep an eye on them, make sure they've got water and food. Well, there is that habit. Back fishing home. You've been making me hungry, boy. Cooking up all that good food. Yeah, I heard about that, Linda. Don't wish no bad on nobody. And prayers for the family and all like that. But I don't have much stake in that horse race. Lord have mercy, Mike. You hurting me. Josie! Saw that clip of you playing out in the snow. You are a nut, my friend. I wouldn't be out there. I'm a chilly willy. I don't like the cold. Much less the snow. Yeah, pray for Johnny because he's out there, staying out there in the pasture with his cows to take care of them through all this cold and snow. Dale! And folks, that's doing all that. That's tough. I know what it was like taking care of cows during the winter here, and that was bad enough. That was just cold that had to be dealt with. Where Johnny's at, he's got cold and in more abundance than what we had here. Plus, he got snow to deal with it, and he's had trouble with his truck because he don't have 4-wheel drive on it. He's got it bogged up, and the first time ever, his fuel chilled up on him in his tractor, so he's going to have to figure out other ways to get hay to his cows. I'm telling you, he's going through it. So y'all keep him in y'all's prayers, because by the time this thing is over, he's gonna be wore slap out, and then some. You got that right, Melinda. I know my neighbor. He did cattle for 40 years, and I can tell you, point blank, he's a tough old bird. He traveled the country doing stuff for the company he worked for. He was a engineer. He's done big He's done everything from small houses and sheds to big, huge manufacturing plants, from the surveying blueprints to the ribbon cutting and everything in between. And then he had his cattle going on here. Yeah, he normally keep about as many as what Johnny does on average, and everything. And I'd help him out with that from time to time. I'd watch them for them if they had to go out of town or something, take care of the feeding and stuff, all like that. Seen him had to do stuff to take care of those cows. She is currently indisposed, Josie. She's having one of those moments because of something she ate. So it's kind of hitting her, making her go back and forth, if you get my drift. You know, carbs and grease don't set well with her, and she had gravy with some meat in it. So, oh, I'll bet, Dale. I've had cold winters, but I ain't never had to do that in cold winter when I'd help my neighbor. Not that cold a winter. You know, maybe down to 20. Oh, Lord. Josie, keep that stuff up there. Are you getting ready to get cows? Or you already got cows? I guess that would note. I guess that would mean you already got cows and got to get the barn ready for it to be that cold. Oh, wow. Mother Nature must be going through that time of life, Mike. having hot flashes and cold flashes. Yeah, but I know, and I don't like it. Help on beef cattle farm. Oh, okay. So you know quite a bit about that ranching too. That's why I say pray for Johnny, because his cows are a good ways away from home. So he's made him a makeshift home away from home there in the pasture, the pastures, and be able to take care of his cows. And he's staying out there with it until this weird weather is over with. He doing it the old way. Them cowboys stayed out there with the cattle. Johnny's one of the old breed. Well, Abbott, you and Joe both are actually both right. Both are part of nature. You got your good and your bad, so there you go. Well, Millennium, when we get snow, we get a wet snow. It'll snow, it'll turn to mush real quick, even when it's cold, cold. Then once it's turned to mush, it'll turn to ice because it's cold temps. Bourbon and Beyond Outdoors. Well, howdy, welcome in. How you doing? Don't know you, but I'll get to know if you stick around. Well, I am too, but from what I've been told, we're going to get it anyway. I don't blame you, Mike. Too cold for them to be walking out there in that. And that's just one of the dangers from nature. There are other dangers that just might decide to do their worst work on at times like this. Oh, well, I'm glad you told me. So you're gonna do you a secondary channel. That's cool. Yeah, I see that. I'll have to look into that. If y'all hadn't seen me in lives, it might be why I didn't know. It's because I've been spending a lot of time watching some other things that I mentioned earlier on in the live. Uh, Train that and other things. There might be things I just don't know about because I wasn't there to hear about it firsthand. Like right now, I could go back to bed so easy right now, it's not even funny. Yeah, you get burnt out. You kind of watch so many, and here the last few months, so many have been starting to run over each other. You can't watch them all, especially not at the same time. So, and especially when you start getting bigger and all. It's like Jason at the Crockers, I love him to death. I'll watch him before I will anybody else. No offense to anybody, but I just happen to love that feller and what he's got going on. And but he got so big, it didn't do me no good to be in his lives. Now, early on in his lives, he knew who I was and everything. He'd say hi and all like that. But as he got bigger, and I told him that this would happen. As he got bigger, he stopped being able to catch my comments and say hi. He did good to catch any comments. Used to see him have lives and that chat just be going like that. And he was actually able to catch a few here and there. That was the awesome thing about that. But catch every comment, no. And after a certain point, people have a hard time catching all the comments. And the bigger you get, and the more that comes into your live, the harder it will be to catch a comment, much less a lot of them. So, uh, people wind up interacting with what few they do catch, and everything else gets put to the wayside. Not intentionally, but because of what they've been able to catch, and which is usually those who they have the most interaction with through video and in person on their personal lives. So, kind of keeps it down to a select few. And again, it's not an on purpose thing. It's that's who you mostly interact with thing. I get that. I'll catch up on other things later through videos as I'm able to catch them and all like that. But, you know, with me doing my own channel, not that I have a whole lot to do, I don't. But I do have a channel, so I can't devote my entire time to other channels. I have mine and we have hers. So, you know, rest of the time I sit here and chill while I'm waiting in between doing things for her videos and things for my videos and what videos I can catch in between. Now I have big channels like Out of the Woods with Nathan. He's a sawyer. I love his channel. There's Mechanic. I like watching her. That girl knows her stuff when it comes to small engine stuff. And so I like watching her. Not that it does me any good. I don't have any small engine equipment. Yeah, I got to do that too, Mama Linda. And then, of course, there's Jason and Jared. And, I watch them. Then there's Stumpy, James Hamilton, at Stumpy Dubs, his channel. He getting close to 1 million. I've been watching him for years. And I love woodworking, so I watch him. And I think I've mentioned it, yeah, before. He saved my life because of one video he did, particular tool I wanted, and he wound up getting hurt with it. Susie! And that let me know right then and there that if a man with his knowledge and skill and talent and expertise could get hurt with a tool, I got no business with that tool at all, whatsoever. Absolutely off the table. You know, because that man can tell you everything about a tool, how it works, how it does, how it reacts, and all like that. And him knowing all this stuff, and he still got hurt with that tool, I don't need it. And I let him know he saved my life because I wanted one of them so bad I couldn't stand it. And then I saw his video where he got hurt with it. And I told him, I said, you saved my life. So as big as he is, he knows who I am. I can email him. He knows exactly who I am. And there's a lot of people try to chide him about how big on safety he was. And I reminded him of how he saved my life because of that one video with that one tool. I told him, I said, you keep right on with the safety stuff. And you save lives. And so he knows exactly who I am. I could email him today, and he'd know who I am. Yeah, you kind of tend to remember those who have told you that you saved their life. And I like watching him. And then there's a multitude of all of y'all. I try to catch as much as I can. And everything. So I won't catch everything. I slipped in on Avid's Live for a little while last night. Don't know if you saw me comment that once or twice there, Avid, but I was there for a little while. Then you add to that, I sleep 10 to 14 hours a day. Don't leave much time for anything else. You're at 31. We're sitting at 29. So, and then there's some lives that, nothing against any of y'all who do it. But you'll have panels. I have a hard time hearing somebody behind me when they're talking, or if there's any noise going on. I sometimes have to look at you and watch your lips while I'm listening to what you say in order to know what you have said. Y'all get up there doing them panels, everybody's trying to talk at the same time. It's like, I can't handle this. Drives me nuts. I have a hard time concentrating on one person, much less 10. And I get it. Y'all have a lot of fun. But my hearing won't allow for me to be able to catch what's really going on. Oh, Lord, Susie, you make me cold just reading that. Whew. My feet just got colder. Seeing y'all put that stuff in there. Might have to go put my big old muck boots on and warm my feet and legs up. Y'all making them colder just by talking. But yeah, that's another thing that kills it for me on a lot of rides is, the panels. I love it. Everybody's having a great time, but I can't make out really what's going on, who's saying what. And sometimes there's little labels that show who's who, and a lot of times they ain't. And I'm like, who the heck is that? So a lot of times, even if I know you, unless I know you really, really, really well, I'm going to have a hard time remembering who you are because it takes me a while. I got one set on 77 and it ain't doing it for me yet. Of course, we got it set near the door so it kind of helps wards off what cold is seeping through that door. Those doors are so old, they're about rotted. So it's real easy for cold to seep through. More than 2 to 3, Dale, and I'm lost. You know, 3 can get hard if everybody's trying to talk at the same time. It's because you got great hearing, Abbott. I've got bad hearing. I got tinnitus and all sorts of other things going on. So Susie, I would, but we've got a curtain over the window that's already all but shredded from when their kitties jump up over it and claw on it, wanting out, and whatnot. We put a curtain or a sheet, a blanket or a sheet or something up there on it, they'd have it ripped to shreds. I actually need to build new doors for them, but that would be counterproductive because the way the house is off square. Thank you, Mama Linda. And so we'd have a hard time making a door for it to replace that to make that better. Well, that's good for you, Abbott. I'd have no idea how to do that, and probably wouldn't work anyway because of all the stuff going on with my ears. All right, Teresa J. If I'm still on, we'll see you when you get there. Unless you're already there and you just letting us know that. Either way, appreciate you being here. But I've got it in both ears, Bone Cross. It's pretty bad. I never know a silent moment. Ever. All right, Dale, you get ready for yours. Don't let me hold you up. I will probably be there. River Rat. I don't know if she's in here or not, River Rat. She's back yonder somewhere doing something. I think she might be laying down playing on her phone. So But anyway, those are some of the reasons why I'm not in a lot of lives anymore. It's kind of that thing, that I've explained to others. And sometimes, you know, we do something for so long, then God starts pairing that off because, all right, the job and the purpose here is done. So it's time to go elsewhere because there's something to do somewhere else. It's not that you don't stop liking or loving those you've known, it's that God's got other things for you to do in other places. It's like I do my part in helping to encourage and build others up. Well, they get to a certain point, they don't need that anymore. Of course, they do need a little encouragement, a little kick in their butt. Y'all know how to get a hold of me. Well, Susie, I do that, but she done cooked us biscuits and gravy and everything. And believe it or not, right now I'm stuffed off of just that. I mean, that just heats up the inside. Doesn't heat up the skin. So some that I've worked with here the last several months, I've helped to get them over uncertainties, and they've become more grounded and balanced in what they're doing. Got a right mindset about it, and they're able to keep grinding on their own. You know, they ain't gotta have me there saying, "Hey, go for it." Well, the meat we had in that gravy, I think, was some beef that I had out of a Mexican meal we got from a Mexican restaurant the other day. It was really good. Uh, David who? Hate that he hurt his back. I know all about that. That ain't fun. Susie, you know how to get a hold of me when you need one. Oh man, sausage gravy is something else, having. And as you know, I also pick up on things from time to time. So if I think you start to slack, I'll give you a swift kick anyway. I think I've done that a time or two with you. So you know. It's all right. You got to live through it anyhow, so put a smile on your face, figure out what you got to do, and go on. Dale, right? Okay, I'm not sure I know him, but you tell him from me to him. I feel for him. I know all about it. It ain't fun. Well, you know, now that you are a cook of your own right, Avid, you want to cook it for yourself. I'm sure you will find that it's a lot better. Well, Scotty, there's always the first time. I think Elaine's got some videos on that. You can look them up, try it out. And for gravy, you can look on her videos or Dale's videos, because Dale's got some videos where he's made some gravy. Let me tell you, that boy knows how to make gravy. And then he probably ain't too bad at biscuits either. But so you look him up or Elaine's up and see how to make some good old country style biscuits and some good old country style gravy, and crumble them things up and drown them in that gravy and have at it. Maybe cook you up some good sausage and crumble that up, put in with the gravy. Did you, Susie? Good, wasn't it? Well, Abbott, that's where you have to get over that and get beyond it one way or another. That is true, Dale. That is true. Exactly right, Susie. Turn a negative into a positive by making it for yourself and see how good it can be. Yeah, that's all right, Melinda. I know some love it. It's like I had some stuff I gave away to my little sis because they were from a time of some very bad memories. My little sis told me, she said, well, we make good memories out of them now because they're mine now and I can enjoy them. I was like, all right, there we go. I didn't think too much of the chocolate gravy, Susie, but there's some people out there who love it. More power to them. Right, Dale. But for some, they love it. So more power to them, and have all they want. They can have my share. Hope they enjoy it. Well, making gravy is basically just starting out with a roux. And you add whatever to it. Yeah, I like the two. Can't have the one, but I like it. But together, to me, they're not so great. Well, Mama Linda just, In case you couldn't tell, I stuck my tongue out at you. Oh, man, Melinda. Talk about good. You know, I ain't never had no home churned butter. But if it's like other homemade from scratch stuff I've tasted, I would love to try some. Milk don't do me too good either, but I think if I could get some fresh from the farm raw milk, I bet I could drink that with no problem. It wouldn't have went it through all the processes that man thinks it has to go through to make it right. They mess it up. Yeah, well, that sounds good. If we ever got us a turn and ingredients to do it, I'd sit here and work on it. I don't know if we ever will, but it would be a thought. Y'all hang on just a second. I got to do two things. Let something out and go get some more to drink. One part done. Got to do the other part. All right. I'm back. I've got something to drink. Took care of something else so I could think. What little I can think. Oh, it took more than shaking, Linda. Mama Bear! Sorry for what? Oh. I have a half-gallon milk jug next to the bed for the nighttime, Linda. It takes more than a quart jar. I think I saw what you saying sorry for. Don't be sorry for that, Mama Bear. Don't be sorry for that at all. Hey, it's free speech. Things get too off kilter, I'll put a stop to it, but you know, as long as it don't get too far out there and debates or arguments don't start up, I don't care. I see your post on Facebook, and I think you uh, I've seen a little insight as to what I know by responses you get from me. And it's like they've been saying, it's just common sense. There's nothing hard about it. It's just common sense. Yeah, well, that's why they're doing it inside, Mama Bear. Shane Payne didn't want to be there either, citing security risk. I told you all you needed to know right there. And Mama Bear, we got to get it to where me and you can talk on Messenger. I don't know why we never been able to do that. We did do email a little bit, but and I could deal with doing email. I just got to know to expect it. Maybe tag me in a post on Facebook. Say, hey, check your email. It's got to be somewhere in the sentence, Mama Bear. You've either somehow inadvertently got me blocked, or you don't have it open to fully to public, or something going on with it. I get messages from anybody. A lot of times it's from some I'd really rather not. You know, bots and scammers trying to show you sexy pictures and make you believe it's what's in that sexy picture hitting you up. You know it ain't. I get hit up with those. I'm kind of like, there ain't no way something that looks like that would want to hit me up. I don't remember that. I remember a couple of times, but then it just something evidently happened with settings. Has to be in the settings. I'm willing to bet it's on your end. I can check mine, make sure I didn't inadvertently do something, but I don't normally mess with all that unless I know it's a scammer. But wow, I've been knowing you that long. Man, time flies. Time escapes me. That'd be something I'll remember. I'm thinking it's just a few years ago, and it was 20 years ago. That's your other unit. Okay. Well, Mama Bear, 3 to 4 years really ain't but a drop in the bucket in time for me. Like I said, I remember back to things I was as though it was yesterday and it was 20, 30 years ago. I'm like, really? It was that long ago? Man. Some I've known, and their kids were barely toddling around, and now they're 25, 30-year old young people, got kids of their own, and I'm like, where'd the time go? Sadly, Avid, sometimes it does now because I just can't eat like I used to. All right, Mama Linda, you talking about 15 years before I was gleaming my daddy's eye. That's a shock to young people too when they get to an age where they finally start realizing there was history before they were born. She is laying in the bed, staying close to somewhere else. She's having a fit with her stomach today. Uh, yeah, Mama Bear, we need to work on the messenger thing to see if we can't fix that. Oh, cool. Keep that girl active. Boy, you can keep her active and in shape, the better off she'll have a chance against uh, ailments, even autoimmune type ailments. Because you know, there was there was a man. He was a jogger, and exactly, Abbott. And anyway, he had written a book on jogging, running, and it was called basically the Bible for runners. And there was an uproar because he died, I think, in his early 50s, dropped dead heart attack. So a lot of people try to use that as something against jogging a lot. Well, what they don't know or didn't know, the man was born with a heart defect. That if he hadn't been jogging all that time, he'd have been dead before he hit 20. So jogging gave him decades more life than he would have had he not. Keep her busy. Keep her active. So the point is, the longer you're able to keep yourself in better shape, the longer you're apt to last. It don't have to be nothing extremely stressing on the body. It can be swimming. Swimming is actually uh, more physical and put you in better shape than even jogging, and it will do it without the high impact of jogging. It don't have to be a lot, just whatever you can do. Hey, as long as it's not below a certain degree, I can handle the outside. But once it gets below a certain degree, my little buddy's like, hey, you ain't sticking me out there. That's right, Mama Linda. It sure will. It's highly aerobic and highly strength training. Keeps all parts of the body moving. I need to, and I would. But because of the type of surgery I went through, it takes the elasticity away from the muscles. So I could do it and try to get past the soreness stage, but it wouldn't do me any good because I would always be going through the soreness stage. No, not that cold, Evan. About 30 degrees is about all I can stand. But I usually pass on 30 degrees and wait for about 40. At 12 degrees, I'd have to have a flashlight and a pair of forceps to try to go digging and trying to find. I think y'all know what I mean. Anyway, Mama Bear, get with me at emails. We'll work on the messenger thing. Found your pom-poms and lost her shenanigans. Well, I know what shenanigans means on one hand, but apparently you're meaning something else. And I ain't got a clue. Oh, Lord, Mama Linda. If I did that, it'd take me a month to find my little buddy. And in the meantime, have to wear a diaper because I wouldn't know where it was coming out at. Well, I know what pom-poms are for. But you said you found your pom-poms and lost her shenanigans. I mean, Mama Bear, I'm old, but I ain't that old. I still remember pom-poms. Oh, yeah. I remember one year there was one of the cheerleaders, she went without any drawers. Yeah, she gave the crowd something to cheer about. Lost her shenanigans, was super happy. I Mama Bear, I still don't get what you mean by lost her shenanigans. I bet you did, Melinda. But I know what shenanigans are, but that must be a phrasing using that term that I'm unfamiliar with. Might be a geographical thing or generation gap thing. I don't know, but I well, now if it's meant in the context of meaning lost her mind, then I get it. Got so happy, lost her mind, found your pom poms, having a good time. Nah, 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 nah. If that's what you mean by that, okay, I get that. What's gonna be good, Abbott? Okay, so she lost her mind. Found your pom poms and lost her mind. Okay, lost her shenanigans. I can equate that. Good. Now we're on the same page. All right, folks. Well, it's been a while. It's getting close time for Dale. So I'm gonna work on getting out of here so everybody can get ready for Dale. And Abbott after that, if he's still going live after Dale, unless last night was when he was going. And Marianne Bimler, you would come in by the time I'm about to get off here. Good to see you, though. Appreciate you coming in. Abbott, you know I don't really believe that, right? I mean, come on. It's Bigfoot we're talking about here. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get off here so I can get ready for Dale to be on. Piggy loves you.